Welcome to the Vision Board Blueprint training series where we're going to be talking about why your vision isn't sticking and how to fix it. Today in video number 1 is all about creating a life that you can live from. And I've been noticing something a lot of people that quietly struggle with when it comes to vision boards and goal setting. You want clarity, but what you're actually doing is putting a lot of vague goals, pretty images, and some daydreams that actually don't turn into anything that you live from. So you'll say things like, I made a vision board, but I still feel stuck. I know what I want, I just can't seem to focus. Or I keep changing my goals every few months. Does that sound like you? Can you put your hand up for that? I sure can. And what it usually looks like in real life is a Pinterest board full of inspiration but no real direction. For me personally, it's saving videos, saving things. I'm going to get back to that and I never go back to it. Saving on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. Journals filled with ideas that don't connect to one another. So they're just ideas that you're throwing out there. It's random. It's stuff you're getting out of your head and onto paper, out of your heart and onto paper, but nothing's connecting properly. You've got big goals on one side of life, while the daily habits don't reflect and bring you into something that an identity, and your identity feels totally disconnected. So your daily habits are not showing what you actually want, and you're constantly starting over because nothing feels anchored. And this is so key. You need to feel anchored in life and anchored in your business and your life goals. And I tried so hard to separate my life goals from my business, but what I recognize is that I am all of who I am, and I need to focus on what needs to be done for both and how I'm going to grow both personally and professionally. So underneath it all, there's a lot of frustration, and you're trying, right? You're trying to build this life by putting these things on a vision board. But it's actually not building anything that you can stand on. So I think that it can be very discouraging, and it's in a way that we don't share it out loud, right? It's not something that you bring out of your heart. You just kind of keep it to yourself and say, no one needs to know this. This is just, you just ignore it, right? So it's not something that you actually share. So here's what I know. And if you're following along with the screen, you can see my notes. The problem is that it's not that you're not motivated, and it's not that you don't know how to set goals. The problem is most vision boards stay surface level, right? You just kind of say, hi, it's like when you meet someone, it's surface level. Hi, how's it going? Oh, good to see you. And that's about it. You stay surface level with your dreams. So, and it becomes about what you want without ever going deep into who it is that you're becoming. So I created something different. Shift number 1 in this is most vision boards focus on what you want. So most vision boards start with external goals. You want the business, the income, the lifestyle, the relationship, and there's nothing wrong with those desires. But the problem is that people stop right there. They collect the images, they write down the goals, they focus on the outcome of the situation, but they never take the time to understand why these goals matter, right? Or how they connect to the life that you actually want to build. So in this training, you'll learn to move beyond simply choosing goals and begin creating a vision that is rooted in the meaning and the purpose and the direction of your life. Instead of asking, what do I want? You'll start learning to ask, why does this matter? And what kind of life am I creating from this? Because when your vision has depth, it becomes much easier to stay committed when challenges happen. So who here has challenges in their life? It happens. Personally and professionally, you have challenges that come up. So what are we building? What is the foundation that we're building that we can rely on and stick to when these things happen? So naturally, the next question is shift number 2. The missing question is, who am I becoming? Sorry, that was my phone. Who am I becoming? And I feel like we just don't spend enough time on this. We don't think about, the future version of the person that we're becoming. We think about what we want. So who am I becoming? And I really encourage you, get your journal out, get a piece of paper and a pen, and answer these questions as we go along. Make this meaningful. Commit to yourself that I'm going to make the change to get what I want out of life and work, and write this down right now. So answer these questions. Who am I becoming? Who do you really want to become? I want to lean more into my art. So I'm going to be putting that down, artist. Because every result in your life is connected to your identity, right? So my identity is in, obviously, I'm a believer, so my identity is in Christ, is in God. It is in my faith. It is in what I do, right? My identity is, who am I becoming? Who am I moving myself towards to become? And this is the person who builds the business, who follows through. This is the person that holds the direction when life gets hard. When you become clear on who you're becoming, your goals stop floating separately from your identity and they start to align. Isn't that wonderful? You feel like this spunk, right? This new found excitement when you know things are aligning in your life. You begin making decisions from a place of purpose instead of reacting to whatever feels urgent at the moment. So we're making those daily life choices from a place of purpose and meaning in our heart, right? And that changes absolutely everything. So shift number 3 is clarity comes from going deeper than goals. So once you understand what you want and who you are becoming, a deeper level of clarity becomes available. And this is why I stopped treating vision boards as goal lists. And you'll find that in the vision board blueprint, when I'm teaching, we're going to be answering all of these questions, but this is what's going to be going on our vision board. It's not going to be a bunch of random things. It's going to be things that we are purposely aligning on who we are becoming. And this is what our vision is. So instead, let's ask some deeper questions like, what is changing in me right now? What values are shaping my decisions? What does my actual life look like when it's lived out? Who is influencing my direction? That's a big one. Who are you listening to? What am I building beyond the goal itself? You know, every goal that you create has 10 different things, 10 different reasons, 10 different limiting beliefs. So many different things coincide with one goal. That is why I encourage you to focus more on who it is that we're becoming. Because those questions that we're answering right now, they give us and create a different kind of clarity for our lives. It's not just inspiration, but direction that you can actually live from. And it's a direction that helps you make decisions. It helps you stay focused and continue to move forward along long after the excitement of setting goals and making vision boards has faded. So I hope you're excited. This is video 1, which is like, who are we becoming? What are we doing? And if you want a copy of these notes, send me an email to vera@verajm.com. I'll send you these notes so that you can have this spreadsheet and you can answer these questions right on the spreadsheet. It's really important. This is your life. This is your work, right? And let's start creating a vision that we can actually live from. So that's it for today. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday with video number 2.